Let's get all sorted. I'm James.
Zit, 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 zit.
Yeah, what you doing there, Jeff?
I'm working on my car.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, James.
A reminder to listeners, if you're looking for show notes or images or anything from this episode, and there might actually be some links and images this time, head over to breakingdads.com.
Breakingdads.com?
Breakingdads.com. If you're enjoying the show, please leave a rating over at iTunes. It helps. I've seen about 50 of you have done it so far, and that's a lot of really nice 5-star reviews, so thank you. That is pretty amazing. I hadn't looked in probably over a year, and I was blown away. I was like, really? That many people actually did it? Wow.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do. And finally, thanks to all the patrons over on Podbean. We appreciate the support and look forward to answering all the questions as I drop parts during our build-in talks. I found a part and gave it to Jeff right before we started recording. So that seemed apt.
And if you send a question, I promise we'll do our best to answer it. And we also promise to mispronounce your name. That is an all-sorted guarantee.
Beautiful. Now, what are we going to do today, Jeff?
Well, today we're heading on over to the Lego Garage to check out the best, and I hesitate to call them the worst, but
No.
the not best
Not best.
Lego cars that have been produced over the years.
This was I think your son suggested this, didn't he?
Yes, my oldest son said, "Oh, you know, be great, Lego Garage."
And my son definitely seconded that. He was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And it was hard.
It was very hard. We had to set some ground rules first.
Right.
We are looking at minifig scale vehicles produced over the years.
And mostly, I think we mostly stuck to cars. I mean, there was some really nice semis and other weird vehicles.
I would say cars and car adjacent. There's definitely some
Yeah.
trucks, but not transport trucks and things like that.
As tempting as that would be, but we don't know how to fix those. So
No.
that was outside of our wheelhouse.
No, wait, is regular cars inside of our wheelhouse?
No.
No, okay, good.
I can put fluids in my car.
Cars have fluids?
Well, like I spill coffee on the inside and just,
I feel like that was our most traditional joke we've ever told.
That might be.
With a setup and a punchline.
I didn't mean to.
That was
sadly just that came to me because I realized how incompetent I am with cars. It's
but
painful.
Yet how confident you are with coffee. So it works out really well.
There's a lot of coffee stains in my car.
But we digress.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cars, James.
Let's talk about cars. So how do we want to do this? Mine are, I kind of have best and worst. Well, least worst, least best.
Least best.
Kind of broken apart. I don't have that. I got a lot of uncategorized. There was a lot of, I don't know how I feel about this. But I think, do we want to just go through our favorites first?
Yeah, let's talk about our favorites. Why don't you give us one of your favorites first?
Okay, I was going to be my number one because it's the weirdest, most unconventional one I saw, and this was near the end of my whole searching for cars, and I thought, I don't know how I feel about this, and it went in my uncategorized pile for a while, and then I kind of went, no, it's definitely my favorite. It's so undefinable and weird that it had to go. And some of you might be thinking, oh, this is going to be Fabuland, or is this going to be something? No. This is set 41301 Puppy Parade from Friends Dog Show 2017. Go take a look at that. It's a thing. I don't know.
I will attempt to describe it. It is a mobile platform, probably built on an old limousine where they took the back out.
It looks like it.
But they have modified this vehicle to look kind of like a dog.
Well, the rear view mirrors look like ears.
Yeah, and there's a tongue sticking out the front.
Yeah,
and it's a good girl.
The grill is a big black nose.
Right.
It's a beautiful white car.
It's a dog-shaped car designed for transporting dog show dogs. I guess to and from the dog show, or is it itself the dog show?
It could be. I think it might be for transporting the winning dog, because it's like, look at this dog, and they do laps, and then they tow stuff with the tail. Looks like a tow truck accessory that's sticking straight up out the back or on a weird angle. It's magnificent. is what it is.
I don't know if magnificent. I have more to say on this set, but I think I'm going to leave it for later.
Oh boy.
This set may make another appearance.
Oh, excellent.
On our list.
You know, like I said, I couldn't decide where to put it, and then I just thought, you know what? It has a weird place in my heart. It's so kind of messed up that I adore that they made this.
It gets you thinking. That's for sure. I'm gonna go in a very different direction for my first one.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna go with 8898 Wreckage Road from World Racers.
Okay.
This is much more traditional, straight up and down car racing.
That is.
I do like that there's a trophy in both of the first two sets we talk about. However, this one's for car racing. This trophy, yours was for dogs.
I don't see the point. It's not. And why does the one have the two drivers in sort of a Top Gun fighter pilot? Like what?
Obvious answer.
What is this? Actually a
aerodynamics.
Oh, I see.
Right.
They're drafting each other's helmets.
Exactly. You get better.
This is ridiculous.
Better wind disbursement that way.
These are nice sets. These are nice.
I like that they built two cars. When you look at them, you go, those cars go fast.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. They are fast cars. Tracy Chapman would be proud.
See the tag racing car. I should have looked at that. I didn't look at that at all. There's probably tons of good stuff I didn't see.
There might have been a good tag on a Brit set even.
Whatever you're looking at, wherever you find your cars.
If you find your car on Brit set, I feel like
not cars.
No, but I like the color of both of them.
Yeah.
I feel like one's a good guy car and one's a bad guy car.
So what year did you say this was?
2010.
Huh. Yeah, that seems about right.
That seems about right.
Yeah. No, well, that's a thing we, I think, noticed as we went through this. The recent years have been kind to vehicles.
Yeah, as the Lego aesthetic has moved more curvy, it's really helped make prettier cars. There's no way other way to say it.
Specialized bits.
For sure. But it is certainly a straight up and down race car set. If I owned this, I would make roomy noises all over my desk.
Yeah, totally. Well, this is one of those ones you'd almost want to draw out a racetrack just for fun, kind of to play with them. Like if I was a kid, that's how you would definitely get some mileage out of this.
For sure. There would be a lot of stories of the red car overtaking the green car, just to have the green car win in the end.
That's how I assumed it would turn out.
Yeah.
I like the green car better than the red car.
The red car looks musclier, but the green car looks faster.
Yeah, it's like an F1 car, and the red car is like, it doesn't know what it wants to be. It's like, are we catching villains or are we racing? What is that?
I'm thinking the red car is the bad guys because there's a couple chainsaws sticking out the front, and good guys generally don't have chainsaws as a rule.
They have chainsaws sticking out. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a win at all costs sport.
That is kind of messed up. Well, yeah, what is that?
Those are chainsaws.
Why would they?
To take out the tires on the other car. I don't know why you would not know what you would do with chainsaws.
Oh, I see. They've got a skull on the front. Yeah, okay. So these guys are N number 13. They've got the number 13.
Right. Yeah, they've got a lot going on.
Their back. Yeah, there's nothing
They scream sinister.
Wow.
So it's a straight up racer with the ability to
Wreckage
impale.
Road is the name of the set. So yeah, that definitely has a nefarious. I like that. When you add that, like if it wasn't called Wreckage Road and was just like racers, it wouldn't be quite as exciting as this whole little narrative that's now appeared. Very good. Yeah, I like that.
Yay, my first pick was a good pick.
That's a good pick.
I got James' approval. That's how I live my life. It's just trying to get.
It's no dog set, dude, but whatever.
What are you going to follow your dog set up with?
Well, we tended to stick away from too many of the licensed sets, but I couldn't help it with this one. It's set 7682 Shanghai Chase, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom 2009. Two cars. One, I don't even know what these cars are. Like some 19...
Like a roadster of some sort?
Yeah, exactly. It's a ragtop. He's sticking through the top of the ragtop, and he's getting ready to shoot at some villains who are coming behind in there. I don't know. What is that? It's like a mobster mobile.
A mobster mobile would definitely be.
And they're both gunning. So it's very elegant. It captures the oldie-timey aesthetic of these cars. I could see that car being co-opted outside of an Indiana Jones thing. Like the front car, the light-colored one that Indiana Jones is in. It just has a classy car appeal to it.
For sure. It's a rich guy car.
Yeah.
It looks like. Old-timey rich guy.
And I normally don't like those kinds of cars, but I think just because you don't see a lot of these in Lego, it's kind of nice. It was a bit of variation, I think, after all of the other cars I looked at.
If you place that in front of the Palace Cinema,
Yeah.
it would fit at home. Like some sort of movie star is about to go to a premiere.
This set should be driving by in front of the cinema for sure. They're having this is some excitement that's happened. There's a movie going on in the street because it's real life and there's gangsters.
Now, if the mobster mobile was parked in front of the Parisian restaurant, Vito's about to get his.
That's not good. That's not a good thing. No.
He's sleeping with the fishes.
That's the
for
Godfather for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Vito.
Oh, it's sad.
But he ran his mouth.
So what was your number 2? What did you come up with?
Well, I feel like after Wreckage Road, you're going to go to Monster Fighters 9464, the Vampire hearse. Vampire?
Yes.
Vampire.
I had this on my list as well.
I'm going to be honest. When I started compiling my list, I did not think a hearse was going to make it.
No. But when you hit this, it's such a cool build.
It really...
You got bones in your engine, man.
You got bones in your engine. You got a flaming skull on top. You got enough room to put a casket.
And it's on display. No, I don't think hearses usually have nice open windows in the back.
Depends if it's some sort of head of state.
Oh, yeah.
I think you would. So this would be for the lead vampire.
Right.
I would say.
Who's died after thousands of years.
Right. And has a zombie driver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like a zombie driver is a poor choice.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not going to fall asleep. They're pretty motivated. They're going to get it done. But it's slow and steady.
He's got to hang a left turn and he sticks his arm out the window to signal it, because there's no blinkers on this thing. The arm's going to fall off. You know that. His
right hand is a different color than the other one, which suggests to me he maybe it's either wooden or it's rotten. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Could be rotten, or maybe he's a patchwork guy.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah.
Patchwork guy. They've just sewn one on from someone else. It's probably not the best hand to be driving with.
I don't know. Maybe it's the hand of a race car driver, though. Maybe it's the best hand to be driving with.
Maybe. Yeah, who knows? They killed one of the guys from the other set.
That's entirely possible.
So I like
Vito?
I like the engine on it, though. I like that use of bones for whatever part that's supposed to be on the vroom vroom. And the thing in the front that almost looks like this is just powered by evil crystal or blood. I don't know what this is. This is just a weird fangs on the front of the car. It's got all kinds of evil.
It is definitely, if you saw it rolling down the street, you'd go, a vampire.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I'll steer clear of that car. I will not go and take the candy.
I feel like having the open windows is a mistake, though. If you're a vampire in the back, you'd want blackout curtains.
Well, that's the thing, right? Yeah. You don't want all that sunlight.
But maybe you just make sure you don't go out before the sun sets. So that's important.
This is a cool build. I like this. I could see playing off of this, but the whole structure of the car is quite cool. I think I only saw a couple like this where you had the bigger back tires. Mm-hmm. And the other ones I saw, I didn't like them as much. Whereas this one it's just a cool frame this thing's on. It's
very rare to say, wow, that hearse looks like it's going fast. Exactly. But it's a hearse that can haul.
It does. With the sticker on the top or print or whatever that is. Yeah, that's it's going places.
It's going places.
Nowhere good.
What do you got going next?
I had a kind of a third place tie. I went for some sporty ones, but I went with 2 creator sets. I went with 31006 Highway Speedster and 6913 Blue Roadster. So they're both really nice, straightforward creator builds. This is another one of those, these recent builds are they're just solid. They've captured the essence of a thing so well. It's not 5 parts, but they're, I don't know. I like the Highway Speedster perhaps more, but the other one, just nice variation.
I like the Blue Roadster better. I like the color blocking, but I'm a sucker for that lighter blue.
We couldn't have Technic by the rules of this. So these are my hat or my hat throw for cars that look kind of racy and sporty, but aren't Technic.
I feel like you cheated a little. I think this might be a bit bigger than minifig.
No, I think I believe I looked for on the Lego page and someone asked, are these minifig scale? And someone said yes, but they would be sitting a bit weird, but they are essentially minifig scale. All right,
we're going to give it to you because they look good.
I took your rules seriously. I was actually looking on discussion boards. I was like, is this minifig scale?
This is what your life has come to.
At some point I gave up. So maybe the highway, I'm pretty certain they both are. The blue Roadster.
They look.
I'm
I'm looking. They're only how many studs across is that blue Roadster?
I think they're 8 or 10. Some of them.
10 is wide. 8 would be. They're nice though. They look fast.
Yeah, I think 8 is the blue Roadster. Yeah, it's not too bad.
I might like the other one better now, unless I look at them more.
I don't know.
Probably every 10 minutes I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
Those are 2 very nice cars.
Yeah, I like they've got some studs on the top. They've got texture. They've got things going on. They're simple.
Simple.
They're sporty,
Sporty,
and they're not Technic.
and not Technic.
So what did you go with next?
I went a very different direction. I like that this is our 6th set. Is our 6th set we're talking about?
Maybe.
I think so. I've lost count already. And it's 41339, a friend set.
Oh,
Maya's camper van.
see, I didn't go straight up with. I like it though.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is.
There's a lot going on here. And again,
Wow.
we're however many sets. Again, I hope you're counting at home because we clearly
It's
are.
about 6.
About 6 sets in, and there's nothing even close to similar about any of these sets.
No.
And this camper van makes me want to go camping.
It's really good.
Everything.
You know what I like about this is that it's not a hodgepodge set. It really fits in that Friends theme perfectly. Color wise, it's all put together, like those greens and blues and everything. It just all meshes nicely. That boat on top looks like it really was designed in mind with that. It's not like there's no afterthoughts here. This thing is a really well purposed thing with a lot of play in mind. My daughter would love this.
How awesome would it be to sleep in that top bunk in that camper van where you've got the huge skylight over top of you, you've got a big window in front of you, windows off to the side. You would feel like you're out in the open in nature, but yet you're raised up off the ground away from the wolves.
Totally. Yeah, I think they thought out that whole idea of like what kind of top would the Friends tolerate? And they're like, well, they want a moonroof on this thing.
Yeah.
Like they're camping. They want to enjoy nature.
I feel like
really good.
It's not going to get good gas mileage though. It doesn't look super aerodynamic.
I think it's the opposite of air. Yeah, with the way the bunk comes out over the top. Yeah, transport truck.
Yeah.
Like there's no aerodynamics given into.
But it's not about getting to the destination quickly. It's about enjoying it when you're there.
I don't think they ever get to the destination, man. Look at this picnic setup they've got.
The picnic is fantastic. It's got a tent as well. That's how you know which of the Friends they don't like as much. It's like, you sleep out in the tent, I'm going to be in there. I will say there's one weird thing about Friends' life, because they've got the saddle over by the apple tree, and it's got the riding helmet.
Yeah.
Ride the saddle. And it's really weird to think that it's sitting there with the hair on it. It's like, which will look great when it's on the mini doll, but it's kind of weird to see sort of as an accessory by itself.
Yeah, it's true. It
Where
implies
did I leave my riding wig? Oh, with my riding helmet.
one
Good.
of them is already, perhaps one of them has some hair, is already wearing a wig because maybe they've got some hair issues.
It could be.
It could be anything.
It could be an alopecia issue. I don't know.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
I also really love the signs for the hiking and the rowing on the little signboard behind the horsey.
That's classy.
Yeah. By the way, horsey is the correct term.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, in this one, absolutely. It's a black horsey.
Horsey.
I like that you got to take a chunk out of the horsey's back to put the saddle on. I've always found that a bit distressing about these, where it's like, okay, I'm going to remove the most of your internal organs now, horsey, and I'm going to put the saddle on you. Oh, now you're better. I also like that there's no bear warning sign for the person that's having to sleep in the tent.
Well, that's important. That would be bad camping.
That would be. I think I would change that sign up.
Yeah, you'd both have to be in the camper. But that's Lego Friends.
Mia's camper van.
Mia's? I'm going Maya. Wouldn't the A make the I long?
I don't know. We know Mia, and that's how she spells it, but it could be Maya. I thought Maya would be M-A-Y-A.
It's true. It is Mama Mia.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it's Mia. I think Maya would be M-A-Y-A.
But
who knows, man? And these days,
names, right?
People pronounce my name is Jamez, so you don't.
I hope you like Jamas with you.
Oh man, we had long ago. I think I've told this story before. We did volunteering with English education. And there's this wonderful Korean family we hung out with, and they always call me Jamez. I loved it. I was like, that's the best. I like if I could change my name to that would be perfect. I like it when people say things the way you're like, I had never thought of that. That is a phenomenal pronunciation for James. That's beautiful.
You could change it to that. You don't even have to change any documents.
I just tell everybody.
Yeah.
So everybody, I'm now formerly known as James.
And they would refer to you when you're not there as
known as James.
That guy.
That guy. Yeah, that's right. You know the
Oh, that guy.
James.
What's that guy got?
That guy, well, okay, here, you know what this guy has next is set 31037, Adventure Vehicle.
Ooh.
Creator 2015. I stuck close to car with this, but it's nice. It's a green Jeep, white top, red seats. It's got a grappling hook in the front. Or a winch, I should say, not a grappling hook.
It's only a grappling hook if they're like going to rob a bank with it.
If it's a superhero set, which it's not. Once again, though, I found these creator sets around, the past, 5 years, 6 years. I really like them, what they've done with these. Oh, gosh, then my next one is also...
Yeah, don't get ahead. You like to get ahead all the time.
No, I won't. But it's crazy.
It's nice.
They did such a great job with these sets.
I think I've seen that car on the road. That's you can say that with the creator sets. You're like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
My roommate in college had that in physical form, but it was blue. But it was like, yeah, that's a big jacked up Jeep.
That's a big jacked up Jeep.
Here's an image for you. Again, weird asides, but he would go out and work on his Jeep, and he's a dude's dude. He's a big bro. He would go out there and work on his Jeep listening to Enya, if you need an image. I loved it. It was like...
That is a good dichotomy there.
He would just crank it. And he was like, yeah, you want to fight? I'm listening to Enya while I'm working on my Jeep. It was ridiculous. It was the most absurd. I think he knew how absurd the image was, and that's part of what tickled him. But it was a good image.
That is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I thought that was appropriate. So when I see a Jeep like this, I think of Enya.
When you're the
sail
only
away,
one.
sail away, sail away.
That is pretty impressive.
All right. So what do you have for us next?
Next up is we're finally getting to superheroes. I'm going to be superhero heavy because that's where my collection is. It's the thrust of my Lego collection. This is set 76013, Batman, the Joker Steamroller. And obviously I've chosen it for the Joker Steamroller because I love this thing.
I don't want to like it, Jeff. But if I had any kind of a city scenario going on and I needed a road crew that was maybe working on grinding up the pavement before it gets relaid, I think you need to have this vehicle out in front.
Yeah, clearly whoever designed this has not seen a steamroller before.
No.
As that...
that's a land packer or something.
It's going to hurt. If you wanted to aerate your road, this would be the vehicle to do it with.
I guess that's the joke. The Joker's not about normal steamrolling.
No, the Joker's about property damage. Yeah. For sure.
Decimating city infrastructure.
I feel like as a getaway vehicle, it's bad on two fronts. One, steamrollers don't go fast. You're not getting very far.
Well, this one must. Look at the traction it gets.
Well, and B, they're going to be able to find you. They can just follow the aerated road to wherever your secret hideout is.
But in the promotional image they have for it with them racing and Robin out front trying to outrun it. And I feel like he's either going to succeed wildly or not at all, and it's going to end badly. I don't know. How do you feel about this?
I can tell you that at my house, Robin is being pinned under the steamroller. Was not so successful.
Is it Batgirl's coming down to save the day? She's flying off of the front. I guess she was on the wing. She's pulling like a old aerial trick. She's jumping off the wing. But I don't think she's going to be there in time.
I feel like if you jumped off the wing, wouldn't you then just be hit immediately by the wing?
Yeah, I think so. Unless Batman has some reverse thrust. Or maybe he's in like some kind of Harrier mode where he just hovers.
So to sum up, it's completely ridiculous. Yeah. It's completely impractical.
That's what makes it good.
And it looks so good.
I like the giant lips and the teeth on the front in the big Joker grin.
Mm-hmm.
That is a inspired touch. I really like that.
I feel like the Joker kidnapped B.A. Baracus from the A-Team years ago and threw him in a garage and was like, no, you're doing this for me now. You're going to modify all of my vehicles.
You're an automobile engineer, dude. Get it done.
And I guess if you make all of your henchmen perform cosplay, you're going to go the extra mile for the equipment they use as well.
You have to.
Yeah. You don't want to be a lazy supervillain.
Can you imagine if your villains show up and they're not dressed for the occasion, or they're dressed and the vehicle is just boring? He's like, you gave me a hatchback And like this outfit, I can barely get in.
Yeah, I feel, if you're a hoker, if you're a Joker henchman, henceforth known as a hoker, and you just spent 25 minutes putting your face on before you got there, you're not going to want to.
Time to fight. Wait a second, I got to get this eyeliner on. Hey, you want to give me a hand here with these lashes? This outfit is killing me.
All right, everybody, into the Prius. It just doesn't work.
They run a cab company on the side. They gotta make their money somehow. These poor villains are competing. Oh, my next choice is so pedestrian compared to that. But it's because of the people that I'm all about laid back, Jeff.
You're all about laid back.
I'm all about laid back. None of this high speed chase tension. No, mine's 31079 Sunshine Surfer Van, Creator 2018. Because you couldn't pick. I think we both thought about the Scooby-Doo van and went, well, okay, we won't pick that because it was too many, license sets. But I really like this. It's that yellow is delicious.
Beautiful.
Just the coloration, all the little details, the stylings. It's a really beautiful van. I don't even need the accessories.
No, I agree. The vehicle, they did it right.
Yeah.
They had a spirit they were going for.
Owen Wilson is out front barbecuing something.
How can you tell it's Owen Wilson? If you had it in Owen Wilson minifig, you'd have to do the nose, right? That's why you can't have an Owen Wilson minifig.
Yeah, who could it be then? I don't know who that is. Some windswept dude. He's like, all right, I'm going to get the barbecue going.
His name's probably like Brian.
Brian? What is her name?
Her name is Bianca.
Bianca? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what she tells people her name is.
Right.
Her name's really Rachel.
Rachel. Mm.
Yeah.
She tried to get people to call her Wave in high school, but it didn't stick. So, she has dreams because she just wanted like a rad surfer name.
Right.
People just call me the Wave.
The Wave.
And they were like, no, Rachel, we're not calling you that. She's like, fine.
So wait,
I'll be Bianca.
Wait. I just want to clarify that your idea of a rad surfer name,
dude,
is the Wave.
I have no notes here, so these are the things that just pop out of my head. Like, I don't know, the Wave. I was thinking, what's a good surfer name? And that's the first thing that fell from the part of my brain that does improvisation, and then the word stumbles out of my mouth into a microphone.
They're surfing waves, man. It's got to be Wave.
Well, it seemed like it had to be a bad nickname.
It could be Riptide. It couldn't be...
No, because it otherwise people would have went with it.
Right.
She ended up changing it to Bianca because no one would use her surfer name. So I was going for what would be a ridiculous surfer name.
The only downside is when she meets new people, they're like, what's your name? And she goes, it's Bianca. And they look at her and they go,
You're
really?
Rich. No.
Huh, they say.
I feel like your birth certificate says Rachel. You're Rachel. Yeah.
But she has dreams.
Yeah.
And she got into this van with this guy, and they drove off, and she thought it was going to be just love and excitement and surfing, and he's all about the hibachi.
Yeah. He's like, what time is it? Is it 4? It's 4:19. Oh, it's almost time for dinner. And then she's not. She's got like her binoculars and sunglasses, and I feel like that's a wig, and I feel like also she's slipped into some kind of grifting lifestyle.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's no longer. This is more like, what was that? The Keanu Reeves surfing movie.
Not Point Break. Was it Point Break?
Point Break.
Okay.
She's more about the Point Break vibe, and he's more like Bill and Ted kind of vibe.
You know what? Actually, she's got the binoculars. You know what she's looking for?
What's that?
A way out.
Oh, poor Rachel.
What a tragic life. But, she made her choices.
Yeah. That's she's living in a van. So
yeah.
All right, Rachel.
Down by the ocean.
We're going to leave you and move on to Jeff's next set. What do you got for us?
Next up is 3177 Small Car. I felt like...
No, sorry. I just like the name of this. It's just because when you pull the image up, it really is.
Yeah. So I felt like I was relying on too many of the really big sets,
right.
And it's like, oh, sure, if you've got 500 parts, you can make a great car.
Right.
But if you got 43 parts and you're dedicating 4 of them to the minifig,
yeah,
what do you got?
That's right.
Under 40 parts. And
one of them's a suitcase.
That's right.
I mean, this man's got hair and a suitcase. There's a lot going on here.
So I would say that this car is similar to, but legally distinct from, a smart car.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it's not smart. It's small.
Small.
Yeah.
And that is right. But
does it have tires on both sides, or is it just the one side? This thing is ridiculous. I love it.
It is impressive how they managed to make a smart car in minifig scale.
Yeah.
It only fits one less person than a regular smart car.
Oh, is there a person in it right now?
No.
That looks like a hand inside of it.
No, that's just you're projecting things onto the image now.
Okay, that's just a bit of the interior.
Just a bit. It does. Oh, is that maybe that's the there is a hand in the image.
One minifig. So maybe that's just a cup holder. Because you can't have, there's no room for a coffee on the dash. So he has to turn around and put it behind his head because that's safe. Slams on brakes, burns scalp. I don't know. I do admire that efficiency in them being like, okay, you got less than 50 pieces. We want a thing. It's going to be called small car. What can you do? And this is what they came up with. I mean, that's a tough little challenge.
If you look at the year 2010, I have a feeling it's more, I want to make a smart car.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Than an attempt to make a super small, compact, efficient Lego car.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you putting on your cynical marketing hat. I think you're right, though. That is cute.
It's adorable.
My next adorable set, this wasn't about the car on this one. I'll be honest with you, Jeff. It's 1489, oldie timey, 1989, town vehicles, mobile car crane. And I think it was more there. I couldn't quite initially. I just put it on my list as I went through, and I was like, there's something about this. And as I came back to it, I realized what it was. What? Why? Why would you have a crane to move her car or his car or whoever that person is when their car broke down? I'm presuming. Why would you have a crane and not a tow truck? I don't know what's going on in this scene. It confuses me greatly. Maybe there's some context in if I looked at the rest of town from 1989, I might go, oh, this fits here. But just as its own set, it's awesome and really, really weird.
I agree. It seems like overkill unless they're just picking up the last remains of a multi-car Lego pileup.
A crane?
Parts everywhere.
I don't know, man. This thing's got its braces down in the front. Like the truck's being like, no, I'm doing some lifting here. Like I might tip over. I've got to make sure I'm supported. My dudes put out pylons. There is
a lot going on. I agree.
Why? But I like that crane truck. It's awesome.
It's a very nice crane truck. It is overkill. It's 1989.
It's 1989. And I was trying to also pick some stuff from that was not 2012 or 2018. So
I'm with you on that.
That one caught my fancy. I like that one. So what we went from small car. What are you going to go to next year? Do you have something ridiculous?
I'm going to go big truck.
Oh,
with set number 60085 from Lego City, the 4x4 with powerboat.
Oh.
And I like this 4x4.
Right.
It's Team Extreme.
It's Team Extreme, yeah.
It's beautiful, black and orange. I mean, orange, I'm a sucker for orange. I'm sure we've talked about that multiple times.
I could see you. Yeah, this set screams Jeff. Yeah, no, I see that. I often say that when people are like, oh, what's Jeff up to? I was like, oh, he's busy with Team Extreme.
Yep, that's me.
That's Jeff.
For sure.
That's a nice truck.
It looks like a truck that would be pulling a powerboat.
That kind of, exactly. Yeah.
Or like a trailer for a motocross team.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I like that boat too. That boat's excessive.
Well, it's a powerboat. It's not a
powerboat. Although it looks like some kind of heavy duty speeding boat. Like it looks like definitely they're part of a racing team. They're
Team Extreme, not Team Gently Down the Stream.
No.
Both rhyme, one's right. It's a simple build, but the color blocking is beautiful. It's got the big grill. It looks powerful enough to pull a big boat.
Yeah, it's not a lot of pieces, is it? 301 pieces?
For the whole thing, yeah. That's pretty.
Yeah, a lot of big parts.
Yeah, the boat hull is going to cut you down.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I like it. Simple, elegant.
Team Extreme.
Team Extreme.
For my next one, I also went the racing route. I went with 5763 Dune Hopper because I thought this thing it's small, but it's cute. I just liked it. It's very simple. There wasn't a heck of a lot going on. This was Creator 2011. I don't know. It stuck out. I like when they do vehicles that aren't just regular boxy cars or, service trucks or things like that. It was kind of like the Vampire Hearse, that kind of a thing where it's just, they're like, wow, okay, that's cool. It's a little bit different.
It does look like it would hop dunes. It looks like something you would see on the dunes of Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah. Not too much story there, but I feel like, whatever his name was in our Sunshine van.
Keanu.
Yeah, he's got one of these back at home. He's like my other van's a dune buggy kind of guy.
Yeah. He took an old lawnmower engine, dropped it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, so what do you got next now?
Next up
Is it extreme?
This is a large set that I picked for a small reason.
Okay.
It's set 4207 Lego City Garage.
Ooh, I like this one too. This almost made my list.
The build is fantastic, but it made the list for one reason and one reason only. And again, it is a similar to but legally distinct from VW bus that they built in very small scale.
It's cute. That is really, really cute.
It's definitely a VW bus.
It's definitely, yeah.
without any of the markings.
And you got a little orange tow truck.
Yeah, the tow trucks, whatever. The other cars, I feel like I've seen them a million times.
Yeah.
But that bus, the color blocking is spot on. It's got the spare tire in the front.
And it's so minimal.
So minimal.
I mean, it almost, at glance, it almost looks like a micro build. There's so little going on. But
you can put a person inside.
Yeah,
not through a door. There's no working door.
And to be fair, the rest of the set is fantastic.
Yeah, I did spend time going, oh, I wish I had that.
Yeah. Like, why do you have a security thing up top? They've got a whole security system up top. It looks like a rocket launcher. That's not a good idea at a gas station.
There is a lot more going on. I hadn't looked at that portion.
I don't know.
I saw the car wash.
No, this is
the parking.
This is some money laundering.
I guess you'd want security if you were parking your car in a multi-level, parking structure.
I guess you may as well give over 1/6 of the structure to security.
I mean, it's like you don't want my car to be secure.
Yeah, it's a weird bunch of people.
It's a weird bunch of people.
But I agree with you. I like that van. That van is definitely...
it steals the show.
It does.
Way to go, designer of that.
I like it when sets do that. When there's something, like one thing in that set will just be like, crack. And then the rest of it, you're like, oh, the rest's okay. But how it will pull you in for that one little bit. To follow up with small car, I had the same... I think it's funny. We were both kind of on the same general wavelength with these, which is kind of interesting. We made different choices, but I feel like for similar reasons, which was interesting. I went with set 6530 Sport Coupe, which is a 1990 set. And this thing looks like a kind of ugly yellow Prius, but
right.
like 1990. So, I mean, it's like before there was such a thing.
It's a pre-Prius.
It's a pre-Prius. They saw the future. It's all windshield, and it's it's very, very slopey. And I there's something kind of, again, I think it's ugly.
So good, because I was gonna say I think it's really ugly.
It is really ugly, but I also like that it was so kind of different from everything else that when you're looking at around. And it's like the small car. It's just, there's something about it where you're like, well, that's not like the other Lego cars. And I kind of like that.
And it's straight up yellow.
It's the closest you're going to get to a Lego Prius, I feel like, as well.
Right.
Yeah.
It does feel like you're going back in time with that one.
It does.
And to be fair, 1990, the 80s were very angular for cars.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
So coming out of that, I could see...
This is like a Lamborghini family car. Is what they were trying. I don't know what this was trying to have.
I feel like if you got in a head-on collision with this car, there's a 90% chance you would just go over it and like some sort of slow motion A-team stunt.
Yeah, you'd probably do a backflip and land just fine.
Yeah, as you hear dun dun dun,
yeah,
dun 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 in your head as you go over the car.
Exactly. Flames just shoot from nowhere.
Now, if you hit the back of it, it's just flat.
You're you're done. Yeah. Or the entire car explodes because it's mostly glass.
You'll be awesome with that car is if somebody opened a door and you wanted to keep the door open,
yeah,
you can just slide that car from the other end of the room and just wedge it under the door.
This is true. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It's a door wedge on wheels, so I realized there might be a bit of flaw.
Problematic. This isn't working.
But it's shaped right.
It just keeps opening.
I like years later they'd use that profile of that car to design the Lego cheese slope. So that's good.
They thought it's got its place in history. Now that was pretty dry and boring.
I'm going another way with mine.
Yeah, what do you got next?
We're going back to the land of superheroes, Batman specifically.
Okay.
Set number 7886, the Batcycle, Harley Quinn's hammer truck. I happened to pick one of these up used a while ago. I love this truck.
It's ridiculous.
It looks big, it looks mean, and a good chunk of the truck was taken over to have a hammer that swings back and forth.
So does it move?
It does.
Oh, that's awesome. And are those tires rubbery?
Rubbery tires, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's a
That's a fun truck.
See, I feel like the superhero sets, we get lucky in some ways, and that's that when they make the vehicles, they don't worry about scale so much.
Right, exactly.
Like, it would take you 20 minutes to walk up into this truck just to get up into the cabin.
Totally. This is a monster truck that needs a ladder.
For sure. And poor Bats, he's only got himself one of his 56 million motorcycles he has in order to deal with this.
Poor guy.
And at least the weapon, like Harley's chosen a good weapon. That hammer would mess up that Batcycle.
Well, he's got 2 front tires on his motorcycle, so I think he was anticipating some heavy damage coming his way.
For sure, some shenaniganism.
Some shenaniganisms. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I do like it. I like the absurdity of it, and I like that the hammer moves. That's pretty cool.
It has. I have spent many a time going wham, 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 blammo, bop. Thanks, Harley.
And that thing has pretty good clearance. You could run over. Like, I like that you could, again, the frame of this truck, you could definitely appropriate into some other build. Like, it wants to destroy things. It's got a little monster truck situation going on.
Why would you make it anything that didn't have a hammer?
There's no reason, Jeff.
I don't understand.
There's no non-Batman reason.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Maybe if you're trying to make some extra special Friends thing, like a Friends monster truck.
They better do that.
Or my next choice, Jeff, which is 41116, Olivia's exploration car, which I feel like now should be a monster truck. I want to actually mash together that Harley Quinn set with this, because Olivia could be doing some really, really whooping explorations in that thing.
Yeah, I feel like she can't explore too far on this one.
No.
As it doesn't have a lot of clearance.
It doesn't.
But then again, Heart Lake's not known for its rugged terrain.
It is not.
Although they did have a whole sort of outdoor adventure series thing happening. And parks
She
camping.
seems like she's more about just going, and she's got a star chart, so I feel like she's just going to go and check out, she just wants to get slightly off-road to get a good view away from all the light pollution.
Light pollution, yep.
And I like the front of the car. It's got the atomic symbol, but there's hearts.
Yes.
So, science. I like this whole set as a thing. I like it, and also just go, oh, really? It's kind of, it's weird. I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was a cute little truck. It was just, I think, again, the stream of things I was probably looking at before I got to this one was such that it pushed me to choose this one. Because I was just like, I'm so sick of looking at these horrible polybag cars or something. And then I got to this and I was like, okay, at least this is cute. I like the colors. I like the whole thing.
This is like a palate cleanser for you.
Kind of.
Now, is she taking her robot and doing astrology or astronomy? I don't know that it's clear.
I do not know. Did I say astrology earlier?
No, I'm just wondering.
Oh,
I'm just literally...
I don't know.
Because she's just looking at the stars.
Yeah.
I don't know
what that robot's doing. I think he's just bringing coffee. He's like, I hope I don't spill this on myself. I hope I don't spill this on myself. I don't know what that's about. And the computer, I don't know. She's hacking the webs. I don't know what she's doing.
I mean, she's running her astrology website,
Maybe.
possibly.
You know what? I think she's a woman of science. I don't think she's into astrology.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's hard science. I mean, she has an observatory.
That's true. So she's looking for planets. She's discovering.
Yeah, she's like, I think there's going to be some bad stuff that might near miss her Earth. She's trying to discover she's trying to prove some quantum theory, Jeff. She's not interested in whether or not Virgo and Sagittarius are going to get along on a dinner date.
Her real problem is that she's arguing that Heart Lake is not the center of a room with a fixed light source above it, that there is actually these planets and stars.
She's trying to move beyond the flat Earth theory.
Right, the flat table theory.
The flat table theory.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. And people are... Next, you're going to tell us there's no studs. Like, what's next there?
That she's facing a real problem.
Olivia is a modern-day heretic. Man, life is hard in Heart Lake.
That's why everyone's lost their hair. They're wearing the wigs.
This is it. It's too much. It's just too much.
I feel like my next set, we're going to take another left turn here.
What do we got?
We have 8634 from Lego Agents Turbo Car Chase.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
That's a whole lot of... do you really want rocket-propelled things firing from a foot above your head? Like...
I mean, want or need? That's the question.
I don't know.
To be fair, those rockets can be hidden until you need them.
I do like that they've kept with being Lego. They kept with their Lego doesn't do guns except
when they need to do
this
guns.
guy's shooting a laptop. Apparently, I don't know what he's doing there. That's not how you use the internet, and that's not a mouse guy. That's just stop, and then the evil guy is saying the same thing. Why is he shooting his laptop? This doesn't make any sense.
And there's barbed wire in this too.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is an interesting set for a lot of reasons.
It's pretty hardcore.
I do like that they made a choice early on. We'll do a cool car. We'll do part of a cool helicopter. And we're not going to do a whole base. We're just going to do the gate.
Yeah.
And you can crash through it.
Yes. Well, that henchman, he's watching to see what's going to go down. He's excited about this. Although I see those are like CCTV cameras. That's what was in the same one that was in the car wash.
Garage. Yes.
The garage.
They're actually Octan as a front for this
I thought
criminal organization.
As much.
Yeah.
Man, should have known. They're funneling all that into cybernetic spider leg money.
So I will say what put this set over the top for me is the headrests inside the car.
I like
it.
That.
Looks like they look like sports car seats.
Totally.
And that's nice rather than just using the Lego seat.
But again, you're deaf after you fired your weapons at the thing. Because
How do you know he doesn't have ear protection? First off, how do you know he has ears?
This dude looks too hardcore to have hearing protection or ears.
He'd have a cool communicator in his ear that would block out sounds when they get to a certain decibel level.
I see. It's rocket propelled cancellation technology.
That exists.
Yeah. It also seems to me one of these things, and I think Olivia might have something to say about this, about the car driving forward, but then firing a bunch of rocket grenades out forward as well. Wouldn't that put some like weird propulsion issues with the car while it's trying to drive and do that? Is there no issue?
I don't think the kickback is that much.
It's just not that much? It doesn't create any weird...
No, because helicopters don't spin out of the sky when they launch a rocket.
Again, this car probably just drafts behind the rockets as it flies through the air because it accidentally hit the side of a curb and now is going 20 feet up.
It would fly if it needed to. It's a pretty hot car.
That's not a bad car.
Don't be knocking my agent's car.
I'm not. I like those headrests. I agree with you. That if there's a thing that I thought was awesome, it's the headrests.
That's what put it ahead of other sets to get on my list.
I could see even, again, stripping out the weaponry and just having a straight up sports car with those headrests. This is like a little old Porsche or something cool.
I'm confused, James. Why would you get rid of rockets when you could have rockets?
Yeah. No, it's because I was going to put in more rockets, Jeff. I swear I was going to put in more rockets.
More rockets.
Bigger rockets.
Bigger rockets. I do have, you had the Vampire Hearse on your set as well of good ones.
Yeah, so let's jump back to you because I've got
one more.
You got one more.
And this one's not even out yet. It might be by the time we release this. I think we're far enough ahead that the set might be out. It will definitely be out by the time we release this.
It's 2021 when this episode goes up. So
that's right. This is from, people are like, how can you do a whole best of car list and not have anything from Speed Champions? Oh, don't worry. We got you. This is my favorite Speed Champion set, 75885, the Ford Fiesta M Sport WRC, which I believe stands for World Rally Car.
It's a sweet set.
It looks like a rally car.
It looks like a rally car.
As long as you look at it from a 3/4 angle or the side.
Yes.
But like all Speed Champion sets, if you look at it directly from the front or directly from the back.
Like staring at the sun.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it.
It looks very good at a 3/4 angle.
It's got your spoiler. You could pop out the big bank of fog lights or not, depending on what sort of stage of the rally you are racing in.
I think most importantly, Jeff, it's got an excessive amount of sponsorship. And that's what's important in a rally car.
Very important.
If you don't have excessive sponsorship, what are you even doing? You're going to get groceries. That's what you're doing. You're not in a rally.
Which every once in a while I see a car like this with all the decals at the grocery store. This is the neighborhood we live in sometimes.
Well, you got to make pit stops once in a while.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a nice car. That's really, again, it's a reasonable number of pieces. 203 pieces for this.
Yeah.
It's cute. I like that.
I think they did a great job creating a real world car in minifig scale, making it look right. Proportions are right, other than the width. It fits.
Yeah. Cool.
So those are my best ofs.
Now, what do we want? We can kind of hit our least bests.
Our least bests.
Hey, future Jeff.
Hey, future James.
Guess what?
What?
This episode was really, really long.
It turns out we had a lot to say about cars.
It was more than we expected. So we're going to cut this into 2 episodes. So we will pick this up next time.
That's a great idea.
And in between, if you've got any comments, throw them over at Jeff at Still Sorting. And until next time, I've been James.
And I'm still Jeff.